Hello, all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is a Data Anomaly Hunter Scar, Season 2, Episode 8, Trailing Tale. Onwards to the, something, I forgot.
Onward to the jungle.
Onwards to the jungle. There we go.
I could have put welcome to the jungle. You're welcome.
So, anyways, this is one of our Digimon tabletop RPG campaigns being run with our custom Scar system, more stories and creatures in alternate realities. This system is available for open playtest on our Discord as well as on itch.io. So go take a look at it and let us know what you think. For now, we're gonna go and get started with introductions, beginning with Zerda.
I am Zod the Fox, and I am going to be storytelling, and we're going to have a railing good time today.
Hooray!
Alright, one moment. We need to banish Zerda. There we go, to the well. Go ahead, Folger.
Oh,
Hi. I'm Gimund, and I'm playing Volker, the socially very timid brother of Arcus, who is trapped in his body, who is an electric basic Harrismon. On to the Asher.
Hello, everybody. I am Razim, and I am playing as Ether, the Labramon. God of Death, Lord of Evil, very much deserving of many tributes and offerings, but nobody is giving them to him, and so he will go on a divine rage at some point. But for now, off to the minion.
Hello, y'all. I am IDDoThings, or Ido if you prefer, and I'll be playing Haboku, the Digimon, Necrotic Fire, currently in a state of undeath, and minion to Asher, perpetually confused and inept at a lot of things, trying to get better at it, but progress is slow. On to the chase.
Hello, I am Drunk Dragonair, and I'm going to be playing Jace, the Black Gilliamon X, that is Shadow Mythic type, and is okay just chilling in his room, maybe. We'll find out. Go, Kotora.
Hello, everybody. I'm Raharu, and I'll be playing Kotora, the mythic fire type Gabumon, who was finally able to speak with his bro about something important yesterday. Hooray! On to you, Tal.
Hello, I'm Thaddeus, and I'll be playing Riv, the mythic water-type Vorvamon. And we may not be welcome to the jungle, but we definitely have fun in games.
People, you are very much not welcome in the jungle.
Thank you for the tip,
Gimund
Gimund.
underscore tipped $11. Traditional choo-choo time.
Go for the recap, Tal. After that joke.
Oh, come on, but I did it last game. This week.
No, because
really
you
gonna
were
make
not
me do
in
it too-
you were not in Agents of Reflection,
yeah.
so you did not
Agents
do
of
it there.
Reflection.
So you know.
Yeah.
This is your
Fine, I did it
punishment.
in the last game that I was in.
You made a horrible joke. This is your punishment.
Oh, Asher has the punishment feat?
I
Zim in
will
the background
spend the
changing his character
XP.
sheet.
I will spend the XP.
What does the punishment feat even do?
Oh, lets you deal 1 damage to anyone for making an awful joke or pun.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, I had to ban it
a
from
lot of
Recallers of the Lost
damage.
because it would have killed Volt.
To be
Fair.
fair, Tal, most of the last session was yours to be had.
I mean, if you use it this session, if you use it this session, we might kill Jace.
Sure, Jace does like making dad jokes and
Yes.
an occasional pun.
Why
Yes.
is Jace's death always on the table?
Because Jace is old.
Generous bestowal. IDDoThings tipped $11 for collecting tribute.
Thank you for the tip, I know.
Yes, go ahead.
That is
go
the
ahead,
second
Adele.
tier of the tip goal completed.
Also, because if Jace dies, it traumatizes Asher.
Raharu 95 tip $12. Uchooch time.
And that is the third
Raharu.
tier of the tip goal completed. Thank you, Raharu.
Welcome.
Never mind, I'm not going to say it.
What?
Div, go.
Okay. So, last session, it had some nice library shenanigans with it, which were Kotora going off and perusing his own interests, while Riv and Fulgur were researching things related to runes and the Hemka runes in particular. And they ended up noticing a couple of very interesting similarities that were popping up a bunch, which was a certain figure, sometimes with and sometimes without a secondary figure, but all of the ones from without the secondary figure were cruder and presumably when the figure was younger. And it had some very interesting iconography with it, and a couple of different legends that were very, very concerning, because we weren't able to get a whole lot of information from the historical section, but from the folktales and legends that Fulgur was looking through, we did manage to find a good bit of information. To which Riv began collating a lot of the information into a very brief academic report on it. Very brief, only a couple of hours. Meanwhile, other people were, going about the day and the events of 2 sessions prior, usually. And then ended up having some nice early morning talks and shenaniganry going on between a couple of different people. Asher still doesn't know that he's been paid back already and has money in his backpack. So he's not nearly as broke as people want, as people think. And then again, people do seem to want us as broke as possible, considering all of the price scalping and item hawking that goes on. So maybe people really do want this entire party to be broke. There was the usual breakfast competition where Jace tried to get up to make breakfast, and Asher has denied him that, as he got there first.
He also doesn't want to have to fix anything else in the kitchen. He already has to fix the microwave.
Yeah, he already has to fix Chef Mikey. And also, it means that Jace has to do the dishes, because Asher cooked. Besides that, Riv and Kotora had a conversation that Riv was very reluctant to be a part of, and Kotora was very insistent that they have. So Kotora found out a whole lot of information that Riv was very unwilling to give, and it did in fact keep getting worse.
Very much so.
Housekeeping tried to interrupt, but Riv definitely got them away by just basically going, "Hey, could you come back in like 15 minutes?" It was like 10 or 15 minutes, one of the two. After that, Riv went and went with Kotora over and Fulgur over to the cloak area in order to pick up cloaks. That's what Folger and Kotora were doing while Riv was doing last-second preparations for him having to give a presentation. They went ahead and went over there, delivered all of the goods to Jason Asher's house, and lore dump. And we kind of did some last-second checks with things. Kotora went and got checked out by Asher because he was having a whole black flame situation. And we went ahead and set off.
And you finally made your way to the train stop.
Yep.
You're about 30 minutes early from the train arriving, just because you want to make sure that you get there in time. There seems to be a few different guests, or at least you'd imagine passengers, as some of them seem to be waiting on benches over in the area. You see what looks to be a very long railroad that seems to stretch basically out, as you did have to go out of the city to the outer wall, and right outside the outer wall of the city to the west is where the train stop is, with a railroad down the middle. It shows that there was one Digimon in particular that seems to be announcing a arrival time in increments of 30, and as 30 minutes, it does in increments of 10. You see a few different Digimon you also recognize on the passenger side. You see what looks to be the Shoutmon and the Ogremon from the town, looking a lot more cheerier and peppier than you last saw them, as well as a few other Digimon who are names are unannounced to you.
Oh, the ones from Shashan?
Yep, the Ogremon and the Shoutmon are from the band that was in Sashin, but the
Yeah.
rest of the Digimon you don't recognize.
Chase is going to inch to the other side of the party, even though I'm pretty sure he's the tallest.
Mm.
And it's kind of hard to miss the guy with 2 guitars on his back currently.
They don't notice you initially, as they are over in one of the benches on the far end. They seem to be keeping to themselves, as they seem to be talking amongst themselves, probably reciting lyrics, as they also seem to have a central smile about them. They seem excited for wherever they're headed.
Can we put lyrics into quotations? I thought they played Screamo.
That is singing.
No. No, it's not.
I was in a metal band. That's not singing.
It's
But yes,
considered music somewhere in the world.
And so, arriving as a group too as well, after you essentially kind of eventually get everyone to meet up together and are now waiting on the train, or waiting for the train to arrive in the train station.
And like always, at every bus stop and train station in the entire world, everybody stands there awkwardly in silence, just waiting.
And time begins to pass.
Tick tock, tick tock. Me.
The giant overhead clock seems to have a very louder than probably should be ticking noise that seems to pervade the echo of the train station itself. Mostly a rudimentary outdoor train station, mostly for just getting passengers on and off. A few cars long that you'd imagine. Having only been on one train, the estimates are pretty poor.
Okay, I'm tired of waiting. I'm walking.
Picks up Asher. Hold on. It'll take longer to walk.
But at least then I'd be doing something.
I I mean, normally I'd pull out my guitar, but I's the band. I don't need to have an entourage appear.
Isn't that the band of people that we helped out in Shashan?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Asher took their guitar from them.
He was awful.
I mean, everybody starts awful, buddy. You got it. Well, wait, never mind. I've heard him sing. He'd probably just do drop D and slam on the guitar. Ugh.
To be entirely fair, his specialty is screaming. He was just trying to learn guitar because he lost his voice.
I'm not sure if I should have even restored his voice.
I mean, look, some people like that music.
Asher is just giving Jace a deadpan look.
Look, people listen to it. I can't say it's not music. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, people listen to it because it echoes and reverberates across the entire city.
somebody give me a Yoko Ono Digimon pun right now. I need one.
Yoko Ono.
I mean, Yoko Ono exists. Insert Digimon pun here. People consider that music. Screamo's like 7 times better. I know 7 times 0.001 is a, still a low number, but it's still better.
Also, even if you don't particularly like the kind of art that they try to make, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't help them.
Yeah.
I'm a god of death. The concerns of mortals are below me.
You may be a god of death, and Kotora says this in quotation marks. But at the moment you're employed with the anomaly hunters, you couldn't exactly just keep his voice to yourself.
I mean,
he
as far
didn't.
as I'm aware, nobody else in the DAH can do what I can do, so I think pretty sure I could have.
That would be taking someone's data and keeping it for yourself. That's kind of not allowed.
That's kind of what Regiri was doing. Asher, would you have want to have gone gotten arrested?
They can try.
Asher, we have to arrest you for that.
Yeah.
You can try.
Asher, you're adorable. Stop. Smooches your head.
I am evil! Evil!
Adorably evil.
He really can be adorable sometimes.
Hey, Zerda, could Asher, just steal the data for the strap on Kotora's back? Or on
You
his
could
backpack?
certainly try.
One moment.
I will say, what's the evasion roll? What's the evasion roll in this? There is actually a skill called
evasion is normally a static number that someone has to get past.
There's also an evasion skill.
There is, but that's generally for non-combat uses.
This is a non-combat use.
True.
Well, except it's considered worn, so it has the user's evasion.
Well, there goes your luck with this session.
Kotora is not dodging that. Well, his physical evasion is 4, his special evasion is 3.
Your ring does begin to glow a little bit. It does become apparent that you are trying to do something, Asher, and the rest of the group would recognize what you're doing after you have seen them after they would have seen you do that a few times. Anyone can try to stop you, but you will succeed in this. Unless stopped. You're not sure what they're doing, but also, yes, waitable. Crit. You feel and you said the backpack strap, right, of Kotora?
Yes.
As you see, Kotora, as you see Asher begin to kind of glare at you, and the ring begins to glow a little bit, you feel the strap on your back beginning to get thin and thin, and the backpack slowly begins to slip from the back of your back.
He's going to restore it immediately after it falls off.
It is like the backpack phased through you as you hear with a loud clunk several of the backpacked items jangle around inside its leathery sack. And as the sack hits the floor, it is rematerialized.
Oh, Kotora, you're
Innocent
back, Phil.
whistles.
Asher, you literally glow when you do that.
Louder innocent whistles.
Kotora is just gritting his teeth.
Haboku will close his notebook and attempt to pick up the bag of egg for Kotora.
How
Thanks,
that for
Haboku.
adorable.
Asher, you glow in front of everyone when you do that.
Louder innocent whistles.
And as you're whistling, the guitarist and drummon, the Ogremon, notice the whistling. Jace, as you see the two people from Shawshin quickly notice Asher whistling, and with a loud, very big smile, they start waving at you guys.
Crap.
Oh no.
Kotora puts on his back again and just gives Asher a thumbs up. Job well done.
I handle this train. Hurry up! I need to be in a room with a closed door as soon as possible.
You see, as they kind of like, you see the two essentially kind of like hitting each other's chest a little bit playfully as they're kind of like pointing you guys out and waving. And as they begin to walk towards you, a loud horn begins to blare as everyone turns their head to see a Trailmon barreling down the track.
A what mon?
A Trailmon.
Trailmon.
Not to be confused with a Trainmon. There was no Trainmon. There was a lot of Trailmons, though. There was a lot of, like, trained Digimon for whatever reason.
There is also
that's a
Locomon.
design.
There is
Yeah.
also Locomon.
Yeah, that's a design thing for.
The Trailmon is much scarier. I like it.
Fair.
It looks like a bug.
Yeah.
There
Why?
is legitimately like kind of a bunch of these.
I
Why?
kind
There's
of want to
also-
squish it.
I like
Why
the
is it-
Chocobo Trailmon. Like,
Why
I
is
swear
it-
there's a Chocobo.
Why is there so many train-like Digimons? There's Trailmon, there's Trainmon, there's Locomon, there's Grand Locomon.
Well, you gotta get around somehow.
Trailmon
Fair.
Angler, Trailmon Bale, Trailmon Buffalo, Trailmon C89, Trailmon Battleform, Trailmon Frack, and Trailmon Kettle, Trailman Mold, Trailman of Darkness,
like
Trailman
Agumon.
Raccoon Dog, Trailman Worm, and then unnamed Trailmon 1, 2, and 3.
We'll say it's the Kettle Trailmon, the one that looks like a very legally distinct Chocobo.
Why
And
is
then there's
Trailmon
battle.
Ball a thing?
Then there's Battle Armament Trailmon, which looks like it's straight out of BattleTech.
No, you got to look up Trailmon Ball.
Trailmon Ball is pretty ridiculous. That is true.
Why?
It's just a ball and an umbrella. What the heck?
Yeah,
How is that a
it
Trailmon?
looks like a tennis ball.
It's Mike Sozowski.
Mike Wazowski.
It's not Mike Wazowski, otherwise I wouldn't be able to see his face.
True.
It's a picture.
But yes, you see this very bright yellow Trailmon with a little orange-looking trim on the bottom, big beady eyes, and a little red what looks to be like a metal fez hat on top, barreling down the track.
Oh, cute.
And as it makes it way to the station very speedily, it takes no more than just a few seconds for it to get there. The Trailmon begins to speak to everyone as they announce themselves to the train station, and they say, "Oh, we have some places to go." And as they say that, the doors of the Trailmon begin to open in between. The Trailmon itself is actually just the steam engine itself. All of the other parts of the train are just being carried by them. You see that it looks to be disconnected, but there seems to be in between each of the carts, there seems to be a small little staircase that folds down as a door that you can get into any of the in-between cargo area, or in between the various sections of the train. You see, stepping out of the one next to the steam engine themselves, you see a Digimon step out, and it is a pronounce my pronunciation, but it's a Turamon, which I will put the spelling in the chat.
Yes, please do that.
There is too many vowels in this Digimon's name.
Let's see. Turuiman. Turuiman.
Turuimon.
Turuiman.
And they step out and they say, welcome aboard. I'm Curry, the train conductor, me with my bestest pal here, Tesseri, the Trailmon, and I hear that we have some folks ready to be picked up for the adventures.
Oh, Turimon, one of Lopmon's evolutions. Nice.
Oh.
I'm not saying that in character, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's say, we have a few places to stop. First on the road is the small little out towns. Make sure if you want any tourists, we have all kinds of attractions on our way. The other areas where we have a one forest destination for those wanting to visit the dark and mysterious forest that says no travelers are allowed. And of course we end all stop at the far west over in the nice seaside town. Welcome to anyone and any locals wishing to have some boat travel around the world. Step on the train, pay the toll, and find yourself on an adventure from here to there and there to here.
Well, this is our train.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get on. I want to get to my room. Our rooms.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding, you're hiding. Starts walking.
Volker's following right behind a Chase.
Kotora is gonna give a wave to the band that we're starting to approach us before moving along with the others.
If they're approaching, Riv will like slow walk over to the thing in case they're getting on the same train, because he'll talk to them.
Yeah, you see them. They seem to be too busy trying to pack up. It looks like they had a small setup of drums. So you see them quickly putting away the drums that they waited till the last minute to put up. So they are going to take a second to get on the train. But as you see the line begin to form, there isn't too many Digimon that are traveling, especially with the dangers of the world. There isn't too many, but you see about 15 to 20-ish from your guesstimates Digimon that have seem to be making their way on the train, as a few other Digimon seem to be making off the train, heading to the town itself. But as you reach the home, or you reach one of the in-between areas itself, where you see the Teruyamon, and they look to you and they say, "Only 5 bytes for travel to the seaside town. half that if you go into the forest, and a quarter of that if you go into the small village. Which destination are you looking for today?
I just hold up a ticket because I already paid.
Perfect. Step on through. You have the express pass, I see. And that'll let you on through. And you see them asking the question to everyone who gets on the train. And they do hand you a ticket with a small number on it. It is labeled A5. You'll find your lane, and you say, this is going to be your passenger on the way here. Please remain to your rooms at night. Well, not wandering too much at night. You're more than free to walk the cabins, but we do ask that people only have 2 to assigned rooms. And they, as you go in, you were able to quickly spot, as he has mostly found himself outside the passenger train itself. You would be, essentially where you are right now would be A5, as this is cart A, as in A through C, and then 5 is the 5th door down, which is the room you're in right now. Who would like to step up next?
Well, I believe Folker
Lasher was being
immediately ran in.
carried.
That is fair. Asher, as they would notice. Oh, wait, hold on. We got one more traveler there. No carry-on luggage, of course. He says, giving you a cheerful wink. Which area are you going to?
I will make you disappear if you call me that again.
Very, very well, good traveler. Which area are you planning on traveling?
Well, I'm kind of with him. He's got the ticket.
Yeah, thanks. Well, we do have 2 to a room. Kind of looks. Okay, I guess you guys can have yourselves together. But just make sure that you keep no one else to the room. We like to keep 2 to a room, and they see him pulling out a ticket, and they stamp the A5 on the ticket. This will act as your key card to the room.
All right.
And you're handed it. They say lunch is served in the cafe all the way till 11 p.m. Drinks open till 4 a.m. And be sure to make your way to the gambling den, which is always lights on there. And they kind of they kind of like do a bow to you as they look over to the next person coming up.
Well, I mean, Folger was right behind Jace, so.
Yeah.
Folger, you see him stopped. Hello, hello, my tiny, spiny friend. Which location are you looking to go to?
He's just gonna hold out the 2 bites and 5 nibbles. Like in a robotic manner.
Like he practiced this very motion.
Oh, perfect. He kind of pulls out a ticket. You'll be at A4. He hands you the ticket.
Didn't he get a ticket already, too?
Technically your badges are supposed to act as tickets, but no one has shown them the badge. Jace
I was gonna
paid
have
for.
Rick show the badge, but he hasn't gone up yet.
Jace did pay for a premium pass, so that is why they get the larger room. They did specifically pay for a premium pass.
I paid for everybody's room. Everybody should have a room.
Okay, then you're good then. Then there is no need for the payment, as they as you would show them the essentially the entrance ticket itself. And on the entrance ticket, you see them tag the A4 punched out on the tag. As you see that each one of the areas, each one of the pieces on the ticket only has 2 dots to each of the rooms.
The moment he basically gets taken care of, where'd he go? He rushes onto the train.
You do, and you hear your clickety clack claws along the metal flooring. It is relatively softer compared to everyone else, as some of the larger Digimons make it, but you make your way to the door, finding the two different door handles. One that's about 5 feet high, and then you see another door handle that's about 3 feet tall. Mostly made for the smaller Digimon, as you're able to use that to get inside. Seeing the room immediately to your right, you would see the A4.
I think I got into the right room.
Yeah, I'd say it's very visible lettering on it. Who is going to go next? I will make you roll for it if no one volunteers.
I
I
mean,
mean, Rip
Haboku
said
was
he was
pro-
going to talk to the guys that were approaching, so.
That is
Yeah,
fair. So
Kotora-
Haboku and
and Ko-
Riv.
You mean
Yeah,
Haboku
and
or
Haboku and
Kotora?
Kotora.
And
Kotora-
Haboku was gonna hop on.
Yeah, Kotora is staying near Riv, so
Okay. Haboku, as you step on, they say, "Where are you going to?" And then they do the whole spiel, and you would show them your ticket. And they are going to tag your ticket with A3.
Okay, thank you. And he will hop up on. Then he'll probably briefly come back and ask, which way was it?
Oh, certainly. And he'll do like a motion of waiting one moment, and he'll open up the door and he'll point, just 3 doors. First, third door on your right through there.
Okay, thank you. And then he'll hurry on in.
Yeah, and as you make your way, you see a mostly very, very nicely designed room. The 2 major beds align both the left and right side, with a nightstand in the middle and a window right above the nightstand, with a curtains leading out to the outside of the train. And as some other Digimon begin to pile in here and there, the Shoutmon and the Ogremon would eventually make their way over, as seeing you guys are kind of waiting outside a little bit. They'd come up, "Yo, dude, it's so cool to see you. Where you guys headed?"
Oh, on more DAH business, but how's everything been for you guys?
"Oh, it's totally cool. I've been drumming up a storm. Been learning all kinds of new ways to, hit the beat, man. We're going all the way to the beach. I hear there's a massive beach party over there, and we all want to play our songs there. We're gonna echo across the sea. Yeah, dude, we're gonna have all kinds of, and kind of looks over to him. We're gonna find all kinds of people there, and see, we'll see if we can be heard on the other side of the ocean."
is the
They
bi-
look very
is the
excitable.
is the beach along the way towards the forest?
It's on the
Kind
other
of
end of it.
just, "Nah, man, well, that's all the way to the end. We're gonna be on this train for a few days. Gives me time to have my voice rested so I can make a big old shout. I want to see if even the boats can hear me."
Well, it's
I
nice that
bet.
people are still putting on, a bunch of public events that you guys can still go to.
Yeah, totally. And you kind of see the Oemon. "Yeah, we got paid to go all the way out there. We got a one trip over there. Well, they said if we perform well, they'll pay for the trip back too. But we're gonna go out there. It's one of our major free gigs we've had since we got back our voice. So it's gonna be happy to see you. If you come back down to the beach, we'll be happy to see you. It's all the way down to the end. Yeah, man, come down and we'll make sure to play that song we wrote for that little Asher guy. That little Labramon's amazing."
Yeah, I don't know if we'll have time, considering, like I said, we're about to be going on DAH business. But if we have time, we might be able to stop by. But it sounds like, well, actually, I guess I never asked. When was the party supposed to be happening? You guys are leaving now, so I kind of just assumed it would happening soon. But you might be heading out early.
Yeah, dude, we gotta get set up. We want to take like a week to check out all the people there. We want to make sure all the Digimon know who we are, so they'll show up. Yeah, it's about like a week and a half, dude.
Oh, so you're gonna do marketing?
Hell yeah, dude. He kind of pats his chest. He kind of pumps out his chest a little bit and kind of hits his chest. We want to make sure everyone knows who we are.
So Well, I'm not entirely sure how much our business is gonna take, but I may be able to go and see your concert then.
Yeah, dude, the beach festival is a whole 2 week long event. Well, mostly the first week's just mostly a lot of intensity. The last week's kind of vibing, dude. Hey, if you get here, we'll be happy to vibe with you. I hear they got all kinds of drinks at the beach house.
Well, we can't make any promises, but at the very least, I'd like to come if it's possible.
Yeah. Oh, you should
Hell
totally hire.
yeah.
You should hire one of the aquatic locals to help you guys market because they'd actually know the local area and in case there's any hangout spots that are nearby but across water. I don't know if there is or not. I don't actually know the area, but it's
So
so
probably a good idea to hire a local to help you with your marketing.
Hell yeah, thanks for the advice, brother. And he kind of like does like a fist bump motion to you. Yo, give me a piece.
Rib will give like a very awkward like fist bump. It's probably like really cold because he has ice claws.
Yeah.
He pulls back his paw. Whoa, dude, you're already chilled out. I wouldn't want to get any chiller there, and you're gonna be so welcome.
I'm kind of made of ice and rock. Am I supposed to
Talk
Kotora, am I
about
supposed to
rock.
do anything other than cold?
Talk about rock solid performance, dude. You're gonna be amazing. You're gonna have so much fun over there. You'll be the light of the chill.
Okay, just don't expect me to play any instruments. I don't actually know how.
Nah, you'll be fine, dude. You'll find your peace out there. We'll see you when you get there. We gotta get on this train so we can get all stuff set up. We gotta practice in our room.
Okay. If you end up going out there and we end up making it, let me know if you see any libraries over there.
Kinda looks. I'm not sure about any libraries, but I'm gonna have some sweet music I'll be writing.
Or you could almost see the ... over Riv's head and just go. Wait, do you put when you write down the music? So is there? What does that look like?
Alex, I'll have to teach you sometime. It's a long process. I've been learning since I was born.
Well, yeah, I just kind of wanted to know what it looked like because I don't think I've seen any books that have music written in it.
He kind of looks. He kind of looks. Here, dude, and he'll hand you. He'll quickly pull out a sheet. This is the song I wrote for your little labradude. He's gonna be so stoked to hear it. If you want to give it to him, by all means. And then you kind of see as he also like goes also, and he'll take it back and he'll sign it, and then he'll hand it back to you. This is a personal song written for the labradude.
Uh, don't you need this to perform it?
Nah, it's all up here, man. As he points to his head. I got a rock as hard as anything and a memory to boot.
Okay, well if you're sure, I'll definitely hand it to him.
He'll hand you a sheet of paper with not too many words on it. Every single word seems to be stretched out. At least 10 vowels for every single word. And there seems to be a large amount of musical notes that seems to be in between, with it constantly escalating in tempo the longer the vowels go.
Zerda, just out of curiosity, this guy is a drummer, right?
This was the Shoutmon that handed the
was the
lyrics
Shoutmon.
over.
Yep. And so, my question is this actually written in like sheet music, or is it like this guy's personal notation?
I'd say it's sheet music enough. It is very crudely drawn. It was drawn by him, but it was a sheet drawn by him as best as that could be.
So it is actual like crude
Yeah.
sheet music. Rib is just gonna give an excited look to Kotora and go, Kotora, I haven't seen something like this before.
Ooh. That is quite the thing. Yeah, now that I think of it, we're never really seeing any music written before. That's
I am
You know how to
looking
read
this
it?
up later.
Minor
Yeah.
headcanon.
Yeah,
Shoutman writing out the bass chords, and this is where the bassist plays the G chord. And this is where he plays the G chord. And right here, he plays the G chord, man. Music
And then
joke
he'll
written with
say,
it knows.
be like, okay, dude, well, you give that to Labo dude. Tell him we love him. He's awesome, man. And then they'll go on the train themselves. You see it signed Asher the Labo dude.
Asher the Lab.
Thank you for helping us.
Kotora is also laughing. Asher is going. I think I get the feeling Asher is going to be very upset when he sees this.
Why? Why would he be upset?
Because I don't think he particularly likes the shaman singing.
Well, even if he doesn't like it, this is still something nice that the guy did because he likes Asher.
Kotora is going to shrug. Man, I'd say it's 50. I'd say it's 50-50. I'd say his reaction is 50-50. Either he'll love it because somebody is praising him, or he'll hate it because he doesn't want this kind of praise.
Someone did technically give Asher tribute. This is technically tribute to Asher in the most technical sense.
Also, you know, I just the mention of it just a random thought just came to my head. I don't think we've ever been to the beach before, and now I'm just wondering, what would happen? What would happen if we enter the water? Would we just evaporate it and freeze it? And freeze it if we did?
Against Riv's like Elsa moment.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd be pretty interested to find out, but I guess it kind of depends what's. I guess it kind of depends what's in the water.
Suppose so. I think I remember. I think I remember from one of your readings of that from some time ago that seawater is harder to change the temperature with because of the salt it did.
Yeah,
So-
actually, which is why I don't know if it's a. I don't know if it's a salt or freshwater beach
Yeah.
because you know they're going
And also,
to the
also
ocean,
you
but
do
sometimes
see,
there's freshwater lakes right next to them. So
you
True.
do hear a loud cough come from the Turiamon. Last call for boarding.
Oh, we gotta go, Riv.
yep, okay.
As you hand the ticket. Hello, good sir. So where are you going today?
Where we are DHA's business. Kotra is showing his card.
Perfect. You'll be at A4, good sir. On your way to Merriments Abound.
Yeah, and my brother here is with me.
And kind of looks. Unfortunately, as they look to the left and the right, unfortunately, there's only one room left that we haven't filled yet, and we have a strict policy of 2 to a room. Well, unfortunately, I have to separate you during this, but you're free to travel together during the carriage. It's just purely for room sakes.
Kotra
It's for
blinks.
safety. It kind of looks. Oh, and here you go. Here's your ticket. And they hand you Riv A3.
Ooh, splitting up the two bros.
Yep.
Kotra blinks. Okay. I mean, but wait, who are the people that are in the rooms already?
You have A3 and A4 right there. I'll be happy to meet your roommates soon. I'm sure they're lovely folk.
Well, at least we're well, I guess at least we're next to each other. The rooms at least.
Yeah. Besides, we can just hang out in the cars most of the time anyway.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Perfect, there you go. And they, as they scurry you on in, you'll see them hop up back on the middle of the train in that little area in between the train, closing the door to the outside. As you see them head in the opposite direction of you, obviously in the way of the steam engine itself. As you find your rooms, A3 and A4.
Which one did Kotra got put in again?
Kotora is going to be with A4, which is where you are right now, and then Riv is going to be in A5, which is
Or
where
A3.
A3, which is where Haboku is.
Okay.
Yeet. Yeet. There we go. But yes, I'll say, Kotora, you kind of see as you're watching Riv go to the room. It is at least right by you, but you realize that your doors are separated. But you all manage to open your door and you see what inside. What is Fulgur doing inside the room?
I imagine he's just like hiding in a blanket, just waiting to see who comes in, because he probably heard that there was going to be roommates, but he didn't know who it was going to be. It's just his eyes peeking out of the blanket.
And in comes in comes Korak.
At which point he visibly relaxes. Is it someone he knows, at least?
Korak waves at Fulgur. Oh, I see. So that's what happened.
Hi.
Hi, Fulgur. How are you? Are you all right?
Yeah.
Yes. Were you nervous because you didn't know who was coming in?
He nods.
Well, what you may call it? I guess I'm your roommate right now. Unfortunately, me and Riv kind of got our tickets last. We didn't get our room together, so hopefully,
I see.
yeah. Hopefully, Riv is with another of the team.
Hopefully.
And while this is going on, Asher and Jace, what are you guys doing in your slightly larger than average room?
Probably just hanging out. At least Jace plans on just hopping up in a bed and hanging out.
Asher will probably do so as well, pulling out one of his books to read.
Jace will probably just be screwing around on with his guitars because he's still got that new hand problem.
Go and give me a performance check. See how well you're doing with that.
Sure.
Let's see. Performance. Yeah, perform. Technically, it's a perform check.
See, perform plus that. Whoop.
We'll see how well you're adapting. Looks like you're adapting. You're adapting. I would say as you have tried it before, you realize when you first started, there was a little bit difficulty, but as you're getting used to the hand movements, you find your, do you strum your guitar with your claws or do you use a pick?
Claws.
As you find yourself using your claws once again, you find a lot more comfort with it, as your body essentially is learning how to bend the arms appropriately, and any additional description you can add yourself, because I'm not familiar too much with guitar playing.
Well, that's about all you get. It's just retraining the fingers to go in the right place. Everything else is muscle memory.
And let's see, lastly, Riv, you find yourself opening the door. Haboku, what are you doing in the room all by yourself?
Haboku is standing in front of the window, just taking in the sights. It's even though the train hasn't really started moving yet.
Riv is just gonna go. Oh, hey, Haboku, guess we're rooming together.
Oh, hi, Riv.
Which one do you want? He's gonna point at the two beds.
Haboku will just shrug, or give his best shrugging.
Okay, I guess I'll take the one on the right then.
Okay.
And Riv is going to open up his backpack and start taking out book after book after book after book. Some of the titles include Quick and Effective First Aid, Ice and Water Magic, A Chilling Trail, First Aid Using Bandages, Enchanting, The Mysterious Magic of Improvement, Meditation Methods, The Amplification of Electricity, Alchemy and Battling, Basics of Lightning and Thunder, Effective Natural Medicine, Healing Magic for Those Who Need It Most, Mystery of the Ruins, Research on Ancient Spirits, and a Tailoring Guide. In addition to that, he sections off 3 of them called Step-by-Step Cooking 101, Culinary Course of Steaming, and Master Chef's Cooking Class.
And you're able to comfortably do that. You have a both a table in the middle that you can kind of store some of the books, more of the unused books there, as well as the bed itself. Haboku and you guys not having as much storage and needs as maybe a regular traveler, but you'd be able to find quick storage in the room. And Haboku, as you're looking at the window, with a loud roaring horn that can be heard all across the train, almost like the floor itself is vibrating with the sound and amplification of this horn. You just hear, "On the board! We're going to the forest first, or going to the small village first, and then the forest, and then the beach. I hope you guys enjoy the beach." And then this massive hulking Trailmon with a very, very high-pitched squeaky voice begins to move, and all of you are kind of jolted. Let me check. Give me a D100. As the train begins to move, you realize that your books were only stacked as neatly as they could be for... oh no. Your books were only stacked for stationary travel, not for moving travel. So as the train begins to do its initial jolt, the books begin to topple onto the floor after you just got done organizing them.
Well, actually, technically speaking, he was doing that like on the bed.
Yeah.
So it probably
They
just would
fall off.
it probably just would have fallen off the bed.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a bad
no.
idea. Considering Haboku is still standing here in the middle. Oh, and I was gonna say Haboku, as Riz was taking all these books out, Haboku would have stopped and they tried to read the titles.
Oh no!
Oh no, Haboku's gonna get smacked in the face.
You realize with a quick jolt, even though you're not experienced with the train, with a quick jolt, you able to find yourself just almost collapsed as you're trying to maintain your balance. But after a few seconds, it seems to stabilize in a more rhythmic pattern. Forga, what happened to you when the train started?
Probably like trips.
Whoa.
People aren't doing very well with trains at the moment.
Yeah, the book nails him.
Bonk. Actually, wait, hold on. How many do I have for... All right, so in that pile, I have 13. So 1d13 of 5. Fifth from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Haboku gets smacked in the face with meditation methods.
That is very appropriate.
The irony of the meditation book being the one that falls.
The meditation book is the one that falls and hits him in the face.
Excellent.
But after everyone gets their bearings and Haboku finding themselves much more sore than whenever the train started, the train is moving. It is about 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and you guys are essentially now able to put away all of your books and the like. If anyone would like to do anything, we can, or we can move over to about dinner time.
Well, first of all, Rib is going to apologize to Haboku.
Mm-hmm.
Haboku, sorry. I kind of did think that they'd fall over like that. Are you okay?
Meditation. Oh wow, it's really a lot easier to read up close. I'm okay. As he just-
Rib is just going to blink and go, Haboku, do you need glasses?
It's not hard. It's just I can see. It's just hard to I think I used to be better at reading. It's just really hard to focus.
Oh, we could read one of these books together if you want. In a second, but later on we could read one of these books together if you want.
Sure.
Okay, just pick one out from these. I'll be right back.
Did Viv just ask someone who was having trouble reading to pick out a book to read?
Yeah.
Based solely off
He
the
doesn't-
reading of the titles?
He doesn't care which one it is. Haboku could just pick one out based on color if he wants.
Yeah,
That is
also,
fair.
Haboku might just pick the one that has the most pictures.
also when Kotora sees Fogo trip, he's gonna move closer to him and try and help him up. Whoa there, just be careful.
Yeah, just was about to get up and tripped on the. As he points to his new blanket.
What happened to the new blanket?
Basically, you know how when you like wrap yourself in a blanket and it's
Burrito.
still part of it is on the floor.
Ah. I see. Let me help you with that then. Kotora is gonna help Fogel get his blanket all tidy back onto the bed after helping him up.
And Kotora, do you look at the blanket at all?
Sure.
You notice it has a design on it.
Kotora is gonna look at the design curiously.
Just give me a second. I posted it last week.
It's right.
but-
It's right. I
Yeah.
got it. It's right here.
I know what that is, but I'm not saying.
Honeycomb.
Kotora is looking at the pattern and just wondering. Hey, Fogel, what is this?
Me and Arcus's crests.
Your crest? What do you mean?
Folger points to his chest.
Oh, that's cool. So you got this custom made for yourself and Arcus?
Yeah.
That's actually very sweet of you, Fogger.
He's sort of rubbing the back of his head.
The blanket itself is made of very fine quality. You can tell that it has a very hefty weight to it. It is not a blanket that would blow over in a breeze. And as you feel the blanket itself, actually, Koda, you actually begin to feel some of your heat begin to chill down as you hold the blanket, almost as if the blanket itself is absorbing some of your body heat.
Oh, the moment Kotora feels that he's going to let go of the blanket. Ah,
You okay? As Folker's now tilting his head.
that was weird. I felt my hand getting colder when I touched that. That's not that's not supposed to happen, is it?
Folker's just tilting his head again. You okay?
Kotora is going to like rough his hands together to see if they're still feeling cold.
Yeah, as you rub it, the heat becomes straight back to you. The second you let go of the blanket, it's like the warmth is perfectly back where it is and where it belongs. It seems more like the blanket itself had a more protective barrier that ended up absorbing the heat more so than anything. But the second it is let go, there is no more transfer of that heat.
Yeah, Kotora is just eyeing the blanket curiously. He is going to like touch it with one of his hands again, just one this time.
As you do that, you feel the heat. If you would, are you inside the blanket at all, Arcus of Raharu?
Yeah, he's
As you
wearing it
touch
right
the-
now.
As you touch the blanket where Fulgur is, you can feel your heat begin to evaporate, almost like it's being sucked in a little bit. But Fulgur, you don't feel any of it at all. You still feel the exact same temperature as you were whenever he started. But Kotora, you do feel your heat beginning to essentially, kind of almost as if it's being absorbed and then spread out throughout the blanket.
Kotora is just blinking as he pulls his hand away to get it back to normal. Okay, no, I definitely did not hallucinate that. When I touch that blanket, it seems like it's absorbing my heat or something. My head just begins getting cold, and I don't feel that often.
Well, I, as Fulgur is remembering, he wanted it to be like heat resistant. Well, I did ask for it to be keep me cool.
Kotora is tilting his head. Oh, right. Because of the whole thing with you you don't have you don't have high fire tolerance. No, yeah, that makes sense. But I mean I wasn't expecting for my hand to literally go cold if by touching that blanket.
Me neither.
It's almost like he's enchanted or something.
You know, that's
Oh.
what he would have felt with the blanket that Asher got too.
Have you handed out those blankets to everyone yet?
He did.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah.
They've been
I will say, Fulgur essentially has an extra version of that. While you guys have general heat and cold resistant, Fulgur specifically had a extra payment to make it even more enchanted. Actually, they actually do have a somewhat small, minor enchanted blanket. It has
Asher
better
specifically
heat-resistant
got the
properties.
highest quality available.
His can help with lava. Yours can help with any sort of heating that isn't lava. But if you want to have it, I mean, if you were going, like I said, I think it was just a little bit more. But if you wanted like the most extreme temperatures, I could say Asher would have gone that if you want the more extreme temperatures.
Just carry on.
They're good. Yeah. So like I said, Fogger just has a more special one for themselves with one with their crest. You do notice that whenever you do that, whenever you do have that, the blanket itself seems to, at least it seems to absorb that heat, and then it quickly goes and dissipates throughout.
Huh. Well, I better don't touch your blanket for long periods of time. But that's actually kind of cool, Fulgur.
Looks a bit happy.
Kotora is smiling happy at Fulgur. You know, I hope you don't. I hope you don't mind me having me as your roommate for the duration of the trip. Hopefully, we'll have a good time together here.
Yeah. Especially now that this your heat won't bother me.
Indeed. Honestly, I was actually kind of worried about that when I realized you were going to be my roommate, but that's no longer an issue.
Yeah. So, as Folker's now looking between the left and right at the beds. Which one?
Kotora is going to rub his cheek probing and he's just going to decide. I'll take the left one if you don't mind.
Okay. As Folger heads to the right.
And as you guys get settled in, some time generally passes here. Everyone would have had their morning meal with everyone else early in the morning, but you guys do find yourselves at least somewhat peckish as the day begins to go on. Boca, you would see if you look out, you see the roads themselves, or more so the open plains. The plains seem to essentially go on. It's almost like almost just like an endless just ground of terrain and terrain and terrain. These grassy plains that seem to just stretch on infinitely, with a few small housing and farms that seem to dot the area. But for the most part, you are seeing mostly open plains without much travel in it. You also are going pretty relatively fast at this point, you would say. Definitely faster than you would have traveled in most situations.
Hey, Zerta.
Mhm.
Do the windows open?
Yes.
Okay. Haboku is sticking his head out and just doing the dog thing of letting his tongue loll out.
I knew that was
Nice.
coming.
Riv, you would see this. You'd see the head just completely go out the window at first, but then the body stops, and they don't look like they're
Okay.
jumping out the window anymore.
Well, like I was saying, Rib was actually gonna go do the thing that he was gonna go do, which is pick up the cooking books and go and knock on Kotora's door.
Okay. As you leave the room with Haboku enjoying themselves freely, really exploring the wind itself, you find yourself going over to Koto's room with a quick few knocks.
Kotora is gonna go open the door. Who's there?
Hey, Kotora. I had a couple things I wanted to give you because train ride.
Oh, sure. Come in, Riv.
Oh, it's just a real quick thing, but okay. And you see as he's holding 3 books, and he's going to hold them out to you.
The moment Kotora sees those books and he realizes what those books are, you can see Kotora's eyes are like starstruck as he grabs them. Oh, thank you, Riv.
Yeah, I don't know if the first one will help you, but maybe it'll have some things that you find neat in it. The other ones, they seem more advanced, so.
Nah, it's never back to go to read up on the basics again.
Yeah, I have like 13 other books I'm gonna go read.
That is fair
Hi,
enough.
Folger.
Hi.
I ended up getting a bunch of books in case you end up wanting to borrow any of them. I'm okay with that.
Right. Did Kotora give you the paper I used?
Kotora blinks for a moment. Oh right. I with the whole talk I had with him earlier, I completely forgot about that. Kotora is gonna take rummage through his bag and take out those papers that he got from the bookstore at the library for the bookstore at the library, and gonna give him to Rib. Here is Fulgur giving back those papers that he borrowed from you.
Oh. Well, I appreciate it, Folger, but you can borrow paper from me whenever you want. I don't mind.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Here, and he's just gonna reach into his wait, he left his backpack in the other thing. So he's gonna reach down to where his backpack usually is, stop and wait a second, and he's just gonna, okay, I'll be right back. And he's gonna rush to his room, grab out one of his spare notebooks, and then rush back into the room and hand it to Folger.
Hi, Riff. Bye, Riff.
Hi, Haboku, grab something, I'll be right back.
So Haboku is your roommate.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's not a stranger. That's good to hear.
Yeah, he's he put his head out the window and he's enjoying himself.
Oh. Okay, that's good. But I hope I do hope he watches out for anything that will hit him.
He's pretty aware of things that are around, at least.
Yeah, that's fair.
As Folger is now looking out the window to try it left and right.
But yeah, Folger has obtained one of Riv's spare notebooks.
Hooray!
He keeps a couple on hand because a lot of times he'll write stuff down when it's not safe to have his data pad out. So yeah, take one of his spares. And after handing off the books, he's gonna go back to his room with Haboku.
Yeah, I would say Folger takes the notebook and then goes over to the window to see if he can see Haboku looking from the other side. The other window.
Kotora is right behind Fogor just to make sure like Fogor doesn't get like blown away by the wind because he's much smaller than Haboku.
Oh, I would imagine the window is closed still. For the moment.
Fair. If the window was open, then he'll do that.
I reckon what Folger is able to see is just as the window being slightly open with Haboku's muzzles poking through, his tongue out.
Well, he's okay for now.
He'll be fine. He might be a bit slow, but he's not unaware of the things in front of him.
Yeah.
Also, as you guys are talking, Asher and Jace, since you guys did technically on the train first, you guys would not have known where the others are. But after them talking, you the walls aren't exactly the thickest, but you do hear what sounds to be the sounds of almost everyone else in your party seems to be gathering and talking in the other room beside you.
Jace just kind of pauses his playing, looks up at Asher and goes, "You know, I'm very worried about them, right?"
Oh, yeah.
Did you want to talk about it, by the way?
Talk about what?
Where you're from? No, I never kind of told you.
He just kind of sighs a bit. Well, I don't really see much reason in it. I mean, they had me, but they're not the ones that raised me or anything like that, and I'm pretty sure that I came from somewhere else altogether before that.
No idea where you came from, buddy. I don't know. My place is just really rough, and I just want to make sure you're okay, because, you know, not telling you I technically stole you from a really bad place is bad news, isn't it?
I consider it good that you took me away from there.
Yeah, I still wish I could have raised you in a better environment, but alright. Do we just want to
It
hide
was
in here
hard,
until
but it
lunch?
was fun.
I mean, you might call it fun. You call a lot of things fun, never mind. Do we just want to hide in here the entire time, or did we want to go and be social with the others? I think they're right over there, knocks on the wall. Wait, you're on the right side. Man, that echoes in here.
He just kind of looks at the door. Gives a shrug. I don't know, is it really worth it? If they're
Oh, I'm
just
sure
gonna
everybody's
get killed anyways, I mean, why make friends?
Yeah, sure.
What?
They're not necessarily gonna get killed, and don't say things like that.
And how many others have we known that got killed?
That's a different situation, buddy. Life out there's... Okay, so I see your point, but hear me out. Don't just discount people. Just because we've seen a lot of people die doesn't mean that everybody's just gonna fold over. Most of them didn't. You know, we're kind of lucky sometimes of how bad it can be out there.
I guess I
saying.
would at least like to see Fulgur and Haboku make it, because I at least gotten to know them. Probably shouldn't have.
Buddy, it's not going to be that bad. These guys are at least partially trained. Not like the randos that we just meet out in the woods.
He looks at you flatly. If Arcus pops out, he's probably going to go run off. We've already seen Riv and Kotora run off.
I'm just hoping they don't. I don't think you even remember the forest zone and how bad it is there. I hope not.
Not really. I don't. But from what I've heard, it's even worse than the rest of the places that I've seen. And those were really, really bad places.
Yeah, well, that's because they hated us because, you know, glitch Pokemon or Digimon. That was a Pokemon. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, that includes you, by the way. No running off there yourself, you know. We're gonna have to go get lunch at some point, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll probably run into them out there.
They're not bad, Asher. They're just not used to the world outside of their little bubbles. It's fine.
I didn't say they were bad. I just don't see a point getting close to somebody I probably will have to say goodbye to really soon.
Well, you're assuming a little bit much, aren't you? Hopefully, we don't lose any of them. Let's just try and not let anybody else go this time around.
I'll definitely do my best. But there's only so much I can do. Especially when they won't come to me with medical stuff. Well, I guess Kotora did at least.
I mean, they probably didn't even realize you were actually training to be a medic. We really should have put you in college before doing all this.
College is boring. And very expensive. I would be paying how much for just a piece of paper saying that I know what I know when I can just, you know what I know without paying all that?
I mean, I would have paid.
And then I would have paid you back, and I wouldn't have any money to do so.
What is with this obsession with you paying me back?
Like you said,
my-
people don't give things for free.
You're my kid. I give you things for free. It's kind of my job. So, no, you don't owe me any money. You wouldn't when I would have paid for college, too.
Well, maybe when we're back, I'll go for it.
Alright. Let's go get, like, lunch or something before I get too distracted. It's been a while since I've been able to just kind of sit around and play.
You know, I wonder if the other rooms can hear Jace play. I don't know how soundproof the walls are.
It's probably like a faint ambiance.
Probably.
You wouldn't recognize it as Jason Asher unless you would have heard the tune enough times. And I don't think you guys have gone to Jace's bar performances, so you would just recognize it as a guitar of some sort, but you can only make a faint assumption that it would be Jace.
I don't think they've gone to any of his performances yet.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't think so. But if Kotora can hear that he's going to like close his eyes and just bob his head back and forth to the nice guitar sounds.
Either way, it's a pleasant song regardless of who's playing, at least to you, Kotora. It's a pleasant song either way. Or tune, I should say.
Yeah, pleasant tune.
Switches amp into hard rock mode, plays a punk song suddenly at max volume.
Okay, yeah, that's Jace.
You hear the sound of a Shoutmon running down a hallway. Did someone say music?
No, I don't want to track the Shoutmon. We're not doing that.
Jace uses a tract. The Shoutmon is coming closer to the location.
Shoutmon is rapidly approaching your location.
Plays one chord, switches guitar back. Nope, not doing that.
Wait! No, this is a survival tactic, Jason. If we ever get lost in the woods, just start playing and he'll appear.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would not trust him at all to lead us out of wherever we're at.
No, we just have to hope his friend starts playing drums in a song that he knows how to sing, so he starts running back. Granted, we're gonna have to keep up with him the entire time, but
Then we know what direction to head in, technically.
That is true.
It's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, so I'll say it's about, after some time, I would say it's about 5 to 6 at this point. Hunger is setting in for most everyone at this point. You do hear some general commotion, as especially Jason Asher specifically, you guys would hear the sounds of the cart doors, the doors between the cargoes, the carts that seem to open and close, open and close, open and close, as you can hear the pitter-patter of claws on metal, as well as the sound of other feet tapping along the ground. Several of the passengers seem to be making their way towards what would be a dinner time for them.
no, I think that's our cue, buddy. Let's get up.
Okay.
See if we can sneak the food back to the room. I think Jason Asher are heading out.
Yeah.
And the rest of you guys would hear, as you guys are talking amongst each other, you would hear that clickety-clack down the metal track with the claws going down the cargo, essentially making their way to the dining area.
Oh, Fogger, I think is the appointed food time for the train.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Appointed food? Is he
yeah,
tilting
like
his head?
yeah, like it's. I'm not entirely sure which hour it is, but it's either lunch or dinner right now. I think.
Oh,
As you guys are
Mm,
talking, you hear a not as loud of a horn as it was at the beginning, but just a smaller sounding horn as the Digimon Turima seems to make their way as they finally made their way to Cart A, announcing that dinner is now prepared for all of the lovely adventurers. Find your taste on the roads, taste of the trails, and some. And then they kind of didn't get cut off as they were going down the hallway. And they've been to say lunchtime is served all the way until 11 p.m. Lunch is free, but drinks are not. So buy a drink for your meal and have yourself for some time.
well, he said dinner earlier. Now he's saying lunch. Which one is it?
It's dinner. It is dinner time.
Okay.
At the mention of
Day of
food,
confusion.
Haboku is scurrying out.
Ah. Okay. Well, that answers that question. It's dinner time. Fugger, do you? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a large gathering of people there. I'm not sure if you'd like to come. I could bring some food for you if you prefer.
yeah.
Okay. I'll try and see if they have anything if they have anything from the snow area in the menu. If not, I'll just get you something something I think you'd like.
Hey.
Yeah, Kotra's gonna head out before, but although before he goes all the way, he's going to knock um on the door where Rib and Haboku are staying to see if Rib is still there.
Oh, Rib still would be, yeah. Probably because he'd be trying to teach Haboku how to read better. Or
Yeah.
helping Haboku read better.
Yeah, but Haboku just like when he heard about the food, he immediately left the room.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that that's where he would have been.
Yeah. Hey, Rib, are you alright?
Yeah, I think he just kind of got excited.
He's probably hungry. Are you hungry?
Rib is going to blink and then quickly pull out his data pad and go, "Oh yeah, I kind of didn't eat lunch. Yeah, I just now realized it when you brought it up though."
Kotra is gonna roll his eyes. Always so engrossing in your stuff that you forget to eat. Come on.
Okay.
And as you guys are taking some extra time, Koto is standing outside of Rib's door. Jason, Ashley, you guys would make your way out your door and see Koto is standing there talking to assuming one of you guys in the room in front of them.
I kind of figured that was you guys.
Oh, hey, Sasher.
Yep.
Haboku already went ahead and just getting Rib to come with me.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Blue_bat15 tipped $10.
Blue Bat, thank you very much for that tip. Thank you so much for the support.
Thank you.
You could kind of hear the you guys or him running off.
Yeah. Fugger doesn't really want to come because it's gonna be a large gathering, so I'm just gonna bring him some food.
Well, we can probably do so. We're planning on trying to sneak out too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that. He's
This is the dankest dungeon.
Taldarius tipped $6. Might as well fill it out.
Thank you for the tip, Tal. That is the tip goal fully completed. Thank you, everyone.
hooray.
Yee.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kotora said, "Okay, then you guys could bring him the food. Then if you guys are coming back earlier, he's sleeping with me in
Yeah.
the room next door."
All right. See if he wants to hang out with us when we eat or something.
Oh yeah, sure. Hi, Jace.
Hi. Why are you on the floor?
Well, this would have been Riv like walking out of the door.
Aw.
Why are you so close to the floor?
Now, why are you so small?
Uh,
See, potato.
but yeah, no. Riv will go. Oh, by the way, I bought a bunch of books that might be useful while we're away from everything else and help potentially. So I'm gonna be putting as many of those on my datapad as I can. But if you end up wanting to borrow any of them, go ahead.
Good to know. I think me and Asher are solid though.
What's going on in the there at the moment?
Haboku has
Oh.
zoomies. That's what's happening.
I'm playing around with the 3D.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
watching. Asher has walked into the gambling den. Oh dang it!
I mean, I don't know what you're expecting. Asher is not going to be going gambling.
I would say, by the way, at this point, you would have heard your, not, I don't want to call it a purse, but your coin of essentially your regular bag where you keep your money. You would feel it's a lot heavier than where you normally would remember it, as you're kind of
Well-
packing up and setting things down.
First off, it would be in his normal bag, and secondly, it would be well padded because pickpockets.
Oh, that is fair.
You don't
Also,
want
you don't have
people
to see it.
to be able to hear your money jingling around.
Fair enough.
You also don't want to hear their money jingling around when you run away with it.
Who stole my wallet? The sounds of chingle changle going down the street. Yes, each one of you give me a D10.
Oh, just like
Let's see what's
everyone.
on the menu today. This is just for a menu.
Ah, that's a pattern right there. Ah, the pattern is broken.
Oh. Well,
That
it looks
is
like
a
it
lot
looks
of
like it looks like
threes.
half the party is in so much agreement.
Indeed.
That is out of 6 dice. That is 3 threes.
3 threes. And 3
Three
plus 3
threes.
equals 6. That's math.
But this is 3
Oh, let's
threes, so
see.
3 times 3 equals 9.
That's
That is
math.
fair. So we
That is
have it looks like for tonight's dinner we have for dessert there is brownies, and then on top of that there is some cabbage pie with a similar to smell that you remember, Jace. It seems to be of a recipe. And there is cheese bread, as well as, let's see, a curry tuna on the menu, as well as a fried dumplings, and lastly, some grilled catfish on the menu for tonight, along with some other smaller ones, but those are the specials tonight.
Ooh, Kotora is taking some of that grilled catfish.
They have
Leave it to the dog.
they are they've got a cost to them all.
Nope, the food is free, the alcohol isn't.
Ah, okay.
Asher, you
The
want a
food
drink?
is paid with the boarding.
Nah, I'm okay.
Fried dumplings, cheesy bread, and I guess I'll take the misty morning.
Also, a quick question because Folger put it in chat. But did Kotora take all the cooking books with him, or did he leave them in the room?
No, Kotora will have left them in the room.
Volgar has access to books.
Volgar is gaining knowledge. But yes, anything in particular anyone else would want to have the order of just for what you would find interest? We have the grilled catfish and a few of the other ingredients and 3 of the other dishes.
Did you forget the iron fish? Catfish.
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 What do you call a fish with no eyes?
Haboku would probably be helping himself to the catfish. Or because that seemed more or less because it probably seemed the most basic meal, identifiable meal to him.
Fair.
Actually, we'll have the same thing as Jace, because he that sounds good.
Okay, and minus the drink itself, you see them bring you this misty morning drink itself. It seems to be a very tranquil blue and only lightly alcoholic cocktail. It works well as a palate cleanser, leaving a refreshing taste behind.
Whatever alcohol you put in this, can you just fill a low ball with it on the side, please?
Certainly, and you kind of see, actually, in some of the, let me make sure I'm having the right one. You actually see a electric porcemon electric type porcemon that seems to be running about, serving up the food. The grill itself, despite it seems to be having a electricity to it, as you kind of see him having a spark of electricity going to the grill. Also, along with some of the other electronic appliances, as he kind of sparks as he runs by. But he provides you the drinks, and after he gives you the extra bit of drink to it, obviously assuming the regular pay for it, they will give you the drink, and in this one, you see them kind of electrify the glass a little bit. Here you go! This will give you a zing to it!
Okay, I just give him a bite for the whole thing.
Yeah. Also, just question real quick: how many pieces do you think that the tables could like hold?
It's 2 on each side, though it's a little bit difficult it's a little bit crowded if you have 2 on each side, but you'd be able to fit that just fine.
Okay. I was just wondering because I actually kind of wanted to like for Kotora to like bring his food and just go to Asher and Jason ask if he could sit with them.
Yeah, there'd be room for that. There'd be room enough for 3.
Well, they were planning on after they get their stuff going back to the room, so yeah, you can sit with us until we leave. As rude as that is.
And that leaves you, Riv, and Haboku. Haboku, do you sit with Riv, or do you find your own table?
He would probably be okay with sitting with Riv, though it'd probably be more Riv joining him in that case, is because he would have already been there.
Yeah.
Because Haboku definitely would have been there first.
What kind of food does Riv want?
He doesn't care too much. So he'd probably just pick kind of like whatever.
Ah, fine. Perfect. I have just the thing. And they give you they come back out with a whole platter of cheesy bread.
I could have ordered a whole platter of cheesy bread.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Riv is just, when they bring it out, he'll thank them and just take, like, 3/4 of it and walk over to Jace and just put it down in front of Jace.
Adding to the stack of cheesy bread.
Riv does not need a whole platter. He'll take, like, 1/4 of that and, like, hand it off to other people.
It is one of the
primarily just Jace, because he knows that this is Jace would want this.
It is one of the more inexpensive food items, so since you asked for whatever, and the train's paying for it for free, he just gave you the cheapest item on the menu.
Yeah, Riv literally doesn't care. He's fine with it. For sure.
Good to know
Riv
Jason's going into a food coma later.
Yeah. Riv, make sure you actually eat your fill.
Okay, Kotora.
Riv brought a book with him.
Hey Kotora, what are you ordering for Fulgur? I'm curious.
Hmm. Could you could you say the menu one more time, please?
I
We
think it was
got I got it here. So we have brownies, cabbage pie, cheese bread. We have curry tuna. We have fried dumplings, grilled catfish, and fried shrimp.
Hmm. From I was thinking maybe he'd like the I was thinking wait, you said curry tuna, right?
Yep, curry tuna.
Okay. I was thinking maybe he'd like either the cabbage pie or maybe the brownies. Hmm.
Are you
sort of right.
trying to poison him?
It's not green cabbage, buddy. I'm pretty sure it's red cabbage.
Yeah.
Squints.
Has to we have to be a bit careful with what he eats because if he eats anything is anything that is hot is not compatible with him. Let's say.
Is you saying that out loud?
Yes,
Yeah.
he just said that out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, Riv will just go, oh, just stick it near me for a bit then.
Yes, Rib. But it also pretty sure that it, also make sure that it's not spicy either. I think that also counts.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying for whatever it is, if it's too warm, just stick it near me for like a couple minutes and it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess I'll give him some of that brownie and some of those brownies and the what was the other thing I said? The cabbage pie.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some cheesy bread too. That's I think anyone likes that.
Everyone gets the cheesy bread.
I agree with Raharu on this one. Everybody likes cheesy bread. If you're not, I don't know if you're a person anymore.
In my fantasy world, I get to eat as much cheesy bread as I want.
I'm gonna have to make cheesy bread now.
Now, important question. Did they spruce up the cheesy bread with, anything that's green?
Roll me a perception.
Perception
Are
to
you
see
looking-
if I see green flecks on top of the cheesy bread?
Are you looking
It's
for
'cause it's-
oregano?
It's more so because it's not exactly as too evident. If you're trying to inspect it.
Intense typing.
That was me.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm saying that. Yeah, perception.
Starting to worry that Asher's allergic to green number 3.
Actually, green dye.
Green number 3. Delicious.
I mean, I know like 4 or 5 people that are allergic to red number 3.
Oh.
There's a reason why it's starting to get banned.
Ooh.
It's actually been banned in Europe for ages.
Dang.
I'll say, as you're looking, the cheese completely is overcoating the top of the bread, so you don't really see as much bread as you see cheese. There doesn't seem to be any green on top of it, but you have a sneaking suspicion that they would hide it underneath the cheese. And as you kind of lift the cheese up with a claw, you see what looks to be just underneath the cheese layers of tiny little parsley bits, as well as oregano. It's almost like it has been specially seasoned and dotted with little green parts all throughout the cheese bread, hiding underneath the cheese.
More cheesy bread for me.
Asher will go hungry.
There's dumplings too.
There's a whole menu. You see Asher run off from the table upon discovering the tiny oregano and spice mixture underneath the cheese.
Oh, there he goes. All right, Kotora, I'm gonna go bring this all to the children's.
Okay, make sure that Asher doesn't take away the cheesy bread from Frogger, because I feel like he could.
I'm gonna drop it off first. I'm gonna bring Asher the dumplings and a brownie, because I know he'll eat the brownie.
Kotora takes a thumbs up. Thank you.
Just give me a second. Let's see. I'll balance this in one hand, this on my head, this on the other hand, and this on the tail. We're good. Bye.
Did you need help with that?
Nope. I think I got it. I've served before. I've worked at a couple of restaurants. We're good.
Say it takes you a minute, but as you leave, you're able to get over to the rooms. The doors themselves find it more uncomfortable to get through, but with enough Digimon passing through and through, they are graciously opening the door, especially in the bit-by-bit cafe themselves are happily to open the door, and then you just see someone coming out of the passenger, and you got just lucky enough that people are passing out when you're going in.
Stop by Folger's
People are
room and
passing
knock.
out when they see Jace?
I mean, I know I'm hot, but no, it's bad at
Passing
front.
by.
Jeez.
So, Folger, you hear a tap. Go ahead.
I was just going to make a quick joke that Jason might just be passing, but everyone else is passing out.
Sorry, this isn't the episode Jace dies yet.
But yes, knock knock. They're Folger.
You say knock knock out loud.
If he doesn't look, I'm carrying like things everywhere. I'm just gonna say knock knock. Knock knock, Folger. Food.
As you hear running inside for a second, and then it slowly opens.
Here you go, buddy. You can eat with me and Asher if you want. Wherever the heck Asher went.
How loud was Asher running?
He probably somewhat loud when he went into the room, and then was like, actually, I'm gonna go explore.
Okay,
But he didn't say that,
thump.
but then it's just walking along.
yeah, I figured it's like he ran inside, kind of went to the, but then slowed down.
And I'll describe what you see in a second, actually, because that's actually really pretty what you are. Yes, Jason Folger. You would hear clickety clack go by fast, but you wouldn't recognize anything in particular, especially with you not trying to hear out for anything too particular, as long as it's not coming through your door.
I thought I heard something run by, but didn't really hear anything after that.
No, I wouldn't worry about it. Here, take your food.
Thanks. As he takes the food.
As I said, if you want to come eat with me and Asher, or just me, depending on whether or not he's in there or not, feel free.
Okay.
Then he just walks over to his room and opens up, looks in. Hi, Asher. Shrugs, walks in. I'll set the brownie and the dumplings on his bed for him to eat later.
So, was it ever specified what kind of dumplings they are?
Cabbage dumpling. No. They are pork dumplings with a mixture of various non-green spices, but they are pork dumplings with a little bit of soy sauce rice inside. Marinated pork.
Dumplings. Not
That sounds
Gyoza, but
very yummy.
dumplings.
That sounds very yummy.
Little onion bits in there too. Just some grilled onions to really add to the meaty flavor. Yes, Jace, where do you go?
I go into the room. I'm gonna eat.
Asher, as you make... Oh, go ahead.
Asher will show up when he shows up.
Did you actually go to the observatory, Asher?
Yes, and then he auto-defenestrated himself.
Well then.
The observatory is actually an open area, so I'll actually describe it. So as you go through the passengers, it's mostly quiet as you go through the 3 passenger trains. Not really much commotion. You hear a few people, a few Digimon within the doors themselves. You get to an area with a door that you can tell doesn't really seem to be opened as much, but as you go inside, you see what looks to be some railing that's it's like a cage essentially that keeps the more private cargo. You can smell the sense of spices around the area, as well as you see some food here and there, but it's all locked behind these cages that essentially have a key to them that you'd be able to that you just kind of see. And then you keep going back, and as you go all the way back through the cargo area, you come upon the observatory. As you step out into the observatory, you are actually met with a gust of wind. As you close the door, you realize that you're actually outside of the train, or at least on an open area. A slight awning is overhead, several tables, and some finer looking chairs. You see some Digimon sitting there eating some food by themselves. You can tell it's a more soulless area. As you go through a small gate, there is a large telescope centered in the middle of this observatory that points directly at the sky. And you see a Digimon there that seems to be essentially kind of taking care of it a little bit, making sure that nothing bad happens to it, but is welcoming you to take a view, though they say that it is still a few hours before the star seeing begins. But you are met with an open area where you can see all across the plains.
A train with a telescope.
The Digimon looks down at you with a big smile. Well, of course, we travel all across the area, and this way people can see the stars whenever it gets traveling at night. It's so beautiful. And he kind of looks. We have it stabilized pretty well. It's a little bit hard to see while in motion, but it's a popular attraction whenever we stop into town. A lot of places don't actually have any sort of telescope, so this gives people gives Digimon a chance to see the sky a lot more close up.
He's gonna shrug and just sit at the back of the train.
And like I said, I respect your privacy. This is more of a, well, this is what people with a little bit more quietness like to go, so I'm sure you won't be too loud, but he kind of gives a soft nod. As long as you're quiet, relatively quiet here, you're more than welcome to stay. This is more of the quiet area. And of course, in a few hours, you're welcome to see the stars. And they give you a smile and a nod and let you continue. As you look out the plains, you do see what looks to be rolling plain hills. A few knolls here and there, as in the hill. A few knolls here and there seem to dot the plateau. Various farms as well as the towns. It is getting closer to dark, which gives you a nice cool breeze as you feel that wind beneath your fur as it bristles and and goes through that wind, and it feels very refreshing. It is a kind of sense of moving air that is welcoming to you. What's Asher thinking?
He's just kind of sitting there, watching, glaring at the fields and all the green.
You see in one corner, you see what looks to be a beautiful grape vineyard, or at least to most eyes, a beautiful grape vineyard. The other, you see tall stalks that seem to wrap as tall as you can look up, as these. You're not even sure, it's some sort of seed pod or some sort of pods that seem to wrap all the way almost as high as you can look. And in other areas, you see bountiful trees that have red, green, bright yellow, purple fruits that seem to be dangling from them as if ready to be picked at any moment.
Glares.
Asha pervades their kingdom. Their soon to one day be kingdom. The world.
Too much living stuff. He'll have to fix that.
Wow.
The destroyer of worlds has arrived.
No. He is death, but not the destroyer of worlds.
The destroyer of green.
Well, yes, definitely. No poison.
And as you're kind of keeping that bright in, the night begins to go. Essentially, you seem to spend some time out there as the night begins to wane. Haboku, Riv, and Kotora, you guys would have finished up your meal at this point. You do see what looks to be a Impmon that seems to be walking through the doorway to the cafeteria. They have a very, very extravagant cane in one hand, though it doesn't really seem like they need it to walk. It seems more for show. They have a very gaudy looking jacket on their body, as well as a feathered cap that has a little dice symbol that is on top of the hat itself, adorning it almost like a trinket. And they tell everyone in the cafeteria, it says, and the gambling area is now come over. Open up to the luck of the die. Take a few gambles and swings and see what you can earn. You can always see if you can leave more than what you earned or see whether the house wins. Invite everyone into the area and see what dice and fates have in store for you. Take a chance on a dice and see what you can roll.
Hi.
You see the Antmon slowly kind of walking through. Come on now, as you see a few of the Digimon kind of get up. Just a few coins here and there, a few bits, a few bites, a few nibbles here, and you'll leave richer than you came on the train. You two, and he kind of looks over, you three fine fellows, do you have a few bites to spare for a fun afternoon? I promise you can see if you can earn more than you came in with. A little luck never hurt to tempt fate with.
What kind of games do you have?
How about you, good sir? You look like one of the smartest fellows I've seen all night. They go over to you, Haboku, and they kind of stick their cane in front of them with both palms and both paws on the tip of their cane. You look like someone that knows their stuff. Why don't you come over and see how well your knowledge fares at the gambling table? Just a few strokes of luck and you'll be out of here and you'll be able to get all the food you'd ever want after you leave this train.
He really knows how to pick out a sucker, don't they?
Are you gonna answer my question? You just kind of walked right past me and didn't answer my question.
Hello?
Oh, because Riv asked what kind of games they had.
Can you hear Tal?
Hello?
Hello?
He can't hear
Yeah.
us.
Oh no.
Oh. What? Oh, now I hear you.
Oh, now you hear us.
I've
Okay.
tried reconnecting. No, I could hear you the
Okay.
entire time. It's just that you
We
guys
could
couldn't
hear you.
like-
Zerda couldn't hear us.
I've been awkwardly goading you guys into the other room, and I'm just like, what?
Riv
Well,
asked
that
a
explains
question.
why you talked over the card.
Yeah, I'm just like, what? Oh, what happened at the? Sorry, what happened? I'm completely blank. What happened?
Well, Riv tried asking what games he had before he went up to Haboku, and then also Zim played the Someone Has Been Blessed Rain 10 card.
A few coins now and then. The favor of gods is worth a few gold.
Honestly, honestly, the input just ignoring Rib and going straight for Haboku just kind of fell in character, so we didn't realize that
You asked.
that you couldn't hear us.
You asked questions, Riv. You're not a good person he wants to gamble with. You asked questions.
Yeah, and I said that he really knows how to pick out a sucker, doesn't he?
Kotora is just looking at Rib. If Haboku agrees, I think we need to go with him.
Yeah.
What do you say? How about you earn a few bites, bits, and nibbles galore? A few dice and a luck, and you'll find yourself very wealthy. Give it a try and see if luck's on your side.
I don't think I really care to be wealthy.
And see, uncertainty is that which you will find much solved by action, not by inaction, my friend. Come on over and take a few actions with me, and we'll see what fate stores. What did you rather sleep knowing the solution and knowing what the result is than wondering what if?
Let me roll something here.
Let me give my own dice here.
I feel like we almost need I feel like we almost need a common sense roll, but
I'm pretty sure all the common sense walked out the door a while ago.
yeah.
Well,
You did technically roll higher than them in this. You feel like you're not entirely sure what they're exactly talking about, and you're not really too sure if you want to agree to something without knowing what they're talking about. But they seem extremely confident in what they say.
That was an insight.
Yeah. They seem extremely confident with what they're saying. You just have no idea if what they're saying actually... You kind of have your doubts that you would get rich that easily, but they just seem so confident.
Yeah, but Haboku doesn't really care for getting rich, as he just said. Ben Riv was teaching him how to read. Aid.
Kind of looks at you, he kind of looks over to you. You two look like a pair that would want to take a chance. I'm sure you got a few bites to spare, even so much as a nibble. It's more of the fun of the game than anything. The dice and the gold or the bits and bytes just add a little bit of element of fun to it. When you have something more on the line, like a stake on the line, you really seem to care more about the game.
What kind of games do you have?
We got a few ones. We got a high roller dice. We got over here, and he looks in. We have a variant of the black dice, where we get to see who gets closer to rolling a 40, rolling a d20, of course, and taking the in here. And we also have a few card games as well.
I was half expecting him to just turn and leave.
He seems to have a very air of confidence, almost a challenging confidence to you, Riv.
How long is this going to be going on for?
The gambling den is open up until 4. That's when they stop serving alcohol over here, and then we pack it up for the night.
So you only let people play
But-
games so long as they're getting drunk.
But earlier you said they were open the entire time.
Oh yeah, thank you for that. He says, of course we never close for the gambling den. They're games. We have to have some sort of entertainment here. The gambling den is open at all times. Though you're welcome to come by any time. We usually like to have people after they've had their fill here. It gives them more merriment for the room. People laugh much harder on a full belly than an empty one. He says, kind of pointing the cane a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm kind of in the middle of something, but maybe I'll stop by later.
Certainly, certainly. And you see he'll immediately move on to the next table after you. The second you show full disinterest, he immediately moves on.
Riv isn't disinterested, but he was in actually teaching Haboku how to read better, so
Yeah.
he doesn't want to dip out on Haboku just to see what this guy's like gimmick is.
Yeah.
Obviously cheating.
Well, yeah, but Riv wants to see what the gimmick is, and he'll probably end up spotting it, or maybe not, but probably.
Yeah.
Either
Hey,
that
if-
or just breaking the game with math.
Yeah. If Kotora is gonna come whisper over to Rib. If you're actually coming in later, I'll come with you because I just want to see how this turns out.
Oh, okay. I probably won't
but-
stay that long, but I at least want to see what's going on with it.
Yeah.
I can come too. That guy was kind of weird, though. No, I was kind of considering just giving him a bite aid so he'd go away.
Please do not encourage him. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's better not to.
Yeah, just ask him to go away. You don't have to pay them to leave. You can just ask first.
Just don't ask him like Jace did that one time. No, walks away.
But yeah, Riv is gonna go.
But I'm kind of done here. Haboku, you want to get back to the whole reading?
Haboku will nod and put his now empty plate aside.
All right. By the way, for everyone's reference, apparently Haboku picked out the research on ancient spirits book.
Oh.
Because I kind of sent him the book list.
That feels oddly specific to them.
Honestly, yes.
Necromancer count in the party goes up by 1. We got 2 now.
Oh no, there was a actual necromancer book, but Riv didn't pick that up. Did you guys look through the book list, by the way? Interesting stuff in there.
I'm just saying.
I mean, Asher
He might be just
already
putting him up hat.
Asher already has the Necronomicon. He doesn't need another one.
If you say so.
Okay. It's extra funny because the name of the book was what? It had a funny name. Eternal Rest: A Necromancer's Folly.
That's funny, actually.
Yeah, best I can give for
Riv
the sister
bought
dice.
out like half the book list, by the way.
Checks out.
Okay. And yeah, so you'll be able to do that. Kotora, are you gonna follow Riv to their room, or are you gonna check in on Folger?
I'll check in on Furry before I do that.
I'll say after some time and everything, Jace, actually, is Asher still staying out there for now?
Yep, he's still staying out there.
Jace, as some time begins to go on, you look out the window, and what was once a sunny day quickly gone to dawn is now quickly going to dusk. And the lights outside of the world begin to go dimmer and dimmer as the night turns into fullness, and no Asher to be found.
Dawn is
Yes, before
it's before day.
Wow,
That's
time
what
of
you
this world is
think.
Getting fucked up, man.
Jack sleeps.
Jace is gonna go ahead and stand up, take that low ball, dump it to fill up his cup again. So that way that drink that was probably like a half gone is now full again. And start waddling towards the back of the train because he figured by now he didn't go forward. So he probably went back somewhere.
Yeah. The train is pretty straightforward. You kind of either go forward or you go back. There's not really much ways to get lost. So you would find your way, eventually making your way to the cargo bay, seeing various jailed items to the left and right. A few doors down, you see what looks to be a fancier table with some people who have a very calm demeanor about them. They seem a few to the same table, but mostly individual. They seem to be eating there as well, their meal from earlier, some light drinks that seem to be served to them, but it is an extremely calm environment. As you see a few people looking up, or a few Digimon looking through the telescope at the stars above, and over at the very end, all by themselves behind the telescope, seems to be a Asher.
Just goes and sits next to Ash and be like, I ate way too much cheesy bread.
I'll get an antidote prepared.
Oh, don't worry about it. The dumplings didn't have any green stuff, by the way, so I saved yours, okay?
Okay.
You doing alright?
Yeah, just kind of looking.
Yeah. My hometown wasn't too... well, it was very far away from here. Well, we're going the right direction, I guess. I'm really dreading going back.
I'm just not looking forward to losing more friends.
Oh, stop it, you. Wraps an arm around it. Maybe they'll listen. At least Kotora sounded like he was paying attention to what I was saying.
Riv definitely did not.
Well, he got his warning.
We can't really rely on Haboku even remembering what you said.
He was writing it down, wasn't he?
Out of character he was.
He was talking to his book. I think it was an Audible book. He's creating his own Audible.
Have little faith, buddy. As I said to them, we're a team, so, you know, at least try a little bit, huh? Please?
Yes, I will try and keep them alive.
So we just gonna hang out here tonight?
For now.
Okay, well, let me know when you're ready to go. I got alcohol. Holds up cup.
Okay.
Not like I'm gonna feel any of it. I'm filled with mainly bread. It's gonna absorb everything.
Aren't you always filled with bread?
To a certain degree, but this is kind of excessive. My stomach kind of hurts.
Ah. That's because of the poison.
It's not
Like I
because of the
said, I'll
poison.
get you an antidote later.
The alcohol will cure me, don't worry.
What kind of antidote does Asher even give to people when they ingest green?
Extreme Pepto-Bismol.
I was about to say, what's the opposite of green on the color wheel? Hold on, brain.
Is it extreme Pepto-Bismol? I'm hoping it is.
It's red.
The blood
Fitting
of the
color.
enemies. What does
Maybe I
Asher's antidote look like?
Well, it's definitely red. But he
Oh, potion.
refuses to divulge the secrets of what is in it.
Is it cinnamon flavored?
No.
Oh.
Good, no red hot tamales. I hate those things.
That's what I was thinking of, like red hots dissolved in like some sort of water or alcohol.
Ew.
There was way too many things with red hots involved. But anyways, continue.
It's mostly sulfuric acid.
Wait, what?
Sulfuric acid isn't red. But something will turn red should you try and drink it.
Please do not drink the HSO4.
Gimund, I'm curious if you looked that up or if you just happen to know that off the top of your head.
Oh, I knew it.
You're adorable.
I mean, it has hydro in it, and we have hydrogen. How bad could it be? Water is basically hydrogen and some oxygen. You just get like half of the water.
Oxide.
The joke. I'll have H2O2 as well.
No, you don't want H2O2. Very specifically, you do not want that. Free agents, no thank you.
The ancient chemist dad joke about the H2O.
Asher has developed his own antidote for green stuff.
It's Kool-Aid. I bet it's Kool-Aid. Because green stuff's always bitter, therefore it has to be something sweet and sugary, right? That's how it works?
There's a lot of sugar in it. There are red grapes. Mashed up. And essentially moonshine.
When did you learn how to distill moonshine? Oh wait, Jace is your father.
I'm offended, but we've also spent a ridiculous amount of time on the road, so yeah, having a bottle or two fermenting the backpack's a good thing. Look, vodka is great for a lot of things when you're not in a good position. Just saying, I might not have always drank it.
And he probably has just a dash of rubbing alcohol in there as well.
Ew.
Rubbing alcohol is not supposed to be ingested.
Well, yeah, but neither is
It's
poison.
I feel like Asher's concussion is actual poison.
I feel like Jace has never has once actually agreed to drink this.
More than likely.
It's Asher. He can. It's Asher. He is very insistent.
You just wake up to the most like asinine Rudy Goldberg machine ever that's just meant to like feed him the potion.
Asher cares about his father. He is going to make sure his father does not die from green poisoning. Asher himself has drank it a few times when he's caught Jace sneaking green stuff into the food.
Thumbs up.
So
Okay,
you also see
update.
a decent amount of stars out tonight. Being so far away from the city, it reminds you of sleeping in the middle of nowhere with nothing more than a campfire. The stars themselves just shining bright down on you. A few others looking at the telescope, but other than that, they seem to have just a beautiful night. The wind is very chilled, but enough to keep it pleasant.
You could probably move into the others. I have a feeling that they're just going to chill back there for a while.
That's fair. Volga, what are you doing? Just gonna stay? Are you staying in the room and eating?
Yeah, he's just been reading Kotora's books to see if maybe there's things that can be done with the snowberries, maybe.
I'll say you're able to find a few things, especially the bookmark section. Does Kotora bookmark their books?
I mean,
Kotora,
if-
I mean, Kotora probably would, yes.
I'll say you open up one of the bookmarks and you see a guide on how to slice the heart of a snowberry to essentially crush it down, or to seemingly crush it down into a more concentrated form, allowing for that deep concentration used in juices as well as flavoring alcohols, giving it a chilled taste to it. And you see diagrams showing how to use the knife to cut the core of a snowberry out, stating that the entire fruit itself actually doesn't have any flavor. The crushing of the core in the chewing process is actually what coats the berries, giving it its flavor. It's a fruit gusher.
Volker's gonna like take some notes in the spare notebook he got from Riv on this stuff.
Yeah, and you're able to get it down. It's a pretty easy copy, though it does take you a bit. As you're essentially copying down as you're copying down these recipes, you are able to get the knife. With the diagrams of the cutting is a little bit hard to reproduce, but you take the key notes of it away, feeling like you would be able to at least attempt it with enough practice. Attempted successfully, I should say.
Should I roll something to see how well it's described out?
Yeah. Give me a D100. We'll see how well it's
Probably be an
Academics.
academics.
Academics is what you roll for learning from for in general learning things.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Yeah,
In general learning and researching.
Kind of actually want to do science a little bit because it's technically, I count cooking as a science. Also, you can roll science or academics.
Oh, he's mainly doing this to help out Kotora a little bit.
Yeah.
As well, so
You can use both. Either, say. I'm not sure if one is particularly higher than the other.
I do have a slightly higher academics.
I'll go for it.
The command and yeet.
Yeet. That is a great success. As you're reading this, especially being home territory to the snow region itself, you think back to the times that you have been into the snowberries. Sometimes you've savored it a little bit more, sometimes you swallow without even thinking, and other times you take the time to fully engulf in the flavor, especially whenever it is more sparing. But as you're thinking about how your teeth gnaw into it, you remember very much almost that pop. It's very faint, but it's that pop that you feel in the center that is the burst of flavor. And thinking about how to extract that from the fruit, you're able to write it down, and the diagrams in the book actually pale in comparison to what you are writing down, as you have the more hands-on experience with it, and you feel like you could convey this a lot easier as you're writing down a Cliff Notes version of the book and how to more accurately cut that. As you see a few flaws in the book itself, noticing that they cut off the tip in the process of slicing it, but that tip itself is actually very important.
once he's done. Well, is Kotora coming back around this time?
I would say, yeah, Kotora would make their way back at this time.
Okay, if he hears Kotora coming anytime during this, he'll basically put it down and head back over to his side of the bed, leaving the things there.
I say you would mostly get to the last. You're mostly looking over the book to make sure, or not the book. You're mostly looking over the paper to make sure it looks okay. You're looking for any mistakes or anything you could correct. But as you hear them, you place it down and you feel confident enough that you at least got the work done that you were intending to. As Kotora comes back in the room.
Bugger, are you all right? Did Jace brought you your food?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Are you all right by yourself in here? Have you been all
Yeah.
right, rather? Okay, that's good. But it's. I mean, I know you are like just comfortable just staying here, but I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad if you end up just staying cooped up in the room the entire train ride. Is there? Do you think there will be anything that you'd like to do in here?
As he's looking around the room and realizing, oh shoot, he forgot to clean up the food while he was studying over near Kotora's area.
Oh.
You see a greased over plate, luckily not touching anything of importance, but a greased over plate with a fork that is kind of on the plate itself with a knife that's kind of dangling over the edge a little bit.
Ah, there's your plate. I'm likely going to be heading to that area in a later today, so I can go and bring him back for you if you'd like.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Kotra's just gonna go and sit down on his bed for a moment and just ask, so what were you doing in here while I was gone, if you don't mind me asking?
As he's it's quite obvious. He's like looking away and then looking back at the books that Kotora has.
Kotora blinks, looks at Fulgur, and then he's looking to wherever Fulgur is looking at. Then he looks at. Go ahead.
There's the spare notebook Riv gave them.
Ah. And Kotora is going to like rough his chin for a moment and just say, "Oh, wait, were you reading the books that Riv gave me?"
Fulgur's under the sheets.
Kotora is gonna come over to Fulgur and just like whatchamacallit, despite knowing that what the blanket does to him, he's going to like grab it and just lift it slightly up just so that he can see Fulgur below it.
Oh, he went under the actual bed sheet, so there's another blanket.
Why are you hiding from me there, Fulgur?
Uh, I. Anxious?
What are you so anxious about? Are you interested in cooking?
I just wanted to know what you can make with these. As he's pointing at the snowberries that are still very obviously also next to your cooking things books.
And Kotora would likely recognize the bag of snowberries since he has brought you a few of them already.
Yeah.
Kotora is going to chuckle and rub his and just scratch his chin. Oh, I see. You really like those, don't you? You know, while I was at the library, I was reading one of those books, and I saw some very interesting information about the course of the snowberries. We could probably make some pretty interesting stuff with them.
It was. I found that part too, and it's. I don't think it's completely accurate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, take a look at the notebook.
Oh, okay. Kotora is gonna go ahead and look at the notes that Fulgur put down, and also look over at the page of the book to see what the differences are.
You notice that the knife cutting in the book does seem to be pretty accurate to what you would imagine what snowberries are, but Fulgur has a few different notes, especially regarding the stem, whereas the book basically discards the stem as nothing more than just the top of it. Fulgur's notes actually include how to cut and preserve the snowberry stem and on the top to actually keep it and use it within the same as well. Basically, having the snowberry stem be just as nutritious as flavorful as the rest of it. Whoever wrote it didn't seem to really care about the stem itself.
Oh, interesting. This book just completely ignores this entire part of the fruit. Huh? Is this something that you knew about snowberries yourself, Walker?
No, not really. It's just I've had them a lot.
So you like analyze them.
I guess.
That's pretty cool. Thanks for these notes. Hmm. With this I could probably make something pretty yummy for you. One of these days.
Yeah, I sort of got the idea because there was a snowberry yogurt in the cafeteria.
I see. Yogurt, yes. There's other I can imagine there's other things that I could do. Maybe I could turn it into a sauce for some other dish. Perhaps you'd like that.
Yeah.
Maybe when I actually get around to do it, maybe you'd like to do it with me.
I'm not. I don't know how I would be at it.
Have you ever tried cooking before? No?
I tended to stay away from the kitchen because
Yeah, that is true. But well, not everything that in the kitchen has to do with fire. So we can stay away from the stuff that will be harmful for you.
yeah.
I think you could do it just fine if you give it a try. I could try and show you what I know thus far.
That would be nice.
Kotra's mouths and nuts. I think we can move to Rib and Haboku if they're doing anything.
Yeah, we'll finish off the night with Viv and Haboku. What are you guys doing?
Well, like I said, Riv was trying to help Haboku with the whole reading situation.
Yep.
How do you want to determine how well this is going, or do you want to just roleplay?
It's probably going to be a roll, first of all, to see how well Haboku's actually picking up on things with Riv's help.
Yeah, so, well, base 3 dice. How many additional do I get from Riv?
You get 5 from Riv.
I figured.
They
You
all
get 5
actively
from Riv.
teaching you.
Well, damn.
In one year, out the other, right there. That's what's going on.
I'll try
The one
go ahead and
eye
take-
and the other eye.
I'll
Go
try
ahead and take-
soloing these two. I still have all. Well, it's a 2.
Well, go ahead and take a willpower from Riv.
Okay.
Riv will will this for you.
Well,
Riv gets
Viv,
grumpy and goes,
describe to
"No."
me, Viv, how you were like you're seeing them not fully grasp it. Try to tell me what you're doing to help them extra grasp it once they get done rolling.
Yeah, Riv just went extra hard on that.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll 3 more dice. Take a body boost from Riv.
Oh, true combo.
There you go.
Still a +1.
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could be 9 if you
Right.
want to soul that one, but Riv can't provide soul for that because he used it for body.
Haboku can do the soul since he got. Never mind.
No.
Nope.
Sorry, your soul has decided that you don't get to learn how to read.
Oh, that's still what, an 8? 1, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
3,
still an
4,
8.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So Riv is
At first, he's going to be like reading out like, you know, different areas for Haboku, and then slowly having Haboku take over on the reading. But I'm imagining that Haboku will probably like stumble when he actually has to start doing it, but Riv will be like really patient with it, and is still just like, you know, excitedly going over things with Haboku and occasionally doing like some comprehension checks. Basically, I'm imagining that they're probably not getting through a lot of the book, but Riv is doing his best to make sure that Haboku is comprehending.
Yeah, and Haboku will. Well, not out of food and other distractions are out of the way. We'll probably actually making a genuine effort to try, and probably enjoy the time he's spending with Riv.
And as a bit of a reminder, the one they're currently working through is the research on ancient spirits.
Okay. As you begin to read the book, it is more of a myth and legends book than you can tell, more so than a more historical accurate book. But the myths and legends do keep the interest of Haboku, probably more than you would imagine a history book would. So as you begin to read it, their interest also helps pique the learning process. It describes various Digimon spirits that have essentially that have been said to be passed to the other world. The world itself is described as a void left into the dark. Those who find, those who seek, still nowhere to be found. And the book describes in detail what the afterlife is, despite nowhere in the book claiming that they actually experienced the afterlife, but they definitely seem to know what it is like. Um, it definitely conflicts with some stuff that you've read before, Viv, but the book is interesting enough that Haboku seems into it, despite the book itself not really matching up with what you have seen before. But even you could admit it is a interesting read.
Yep. He's just he's this is the one that Haboku picked out. This is the one Haboku was interested in. And all he really cares about, well, obviously he wants to make sure he reads the book fully, but he also wants to make sure that Haboku's comprehending. So long as Haboku's comprehending, he's happy.
Okay. And yeah, I'll say you're able to start to understand enough. It is going to take some more effort than just a night, but especially when it comes to the idea of spirits, you feel like you have a greater understanding of what at least what the perception of spirits are. You feel like after reading the book enough, you feel confident at least in your head, think of what it would be. You're able to put the mental pictures of what the words were describing in your head.
Hey, that's some good progress for Haboku.
Yep.
I feel what it's called where you can't see pictures in your head, but this is one of the things where it's like you're learn how to put pictures in your head.
And he probably isn't tripping over words as much. Ergo, not eating a word a minute.
Probably, he's probably not tripping over, but he's not going fast. But progress is progress.
It is slow. It is slow production. But I will say also it's a little bit close to time. But also you're as essentially as everyone is passing the night, Asher and Jace out in the stars, Folger and Kotora in their room with their own knowledge of cooking and maybe some teaching as well, and then Riv also as a pair in the almost a yin yang fashion, teaching Haboku their own form of information as well. Whereas Kotora is teaching and even learning as much from Folger, Riv in turn is teaching Haboku, whereas Kotora is learning from Folger. So it is very much a yin yang there.
Yeah. Honestly, is very cool.
Yep. To be fair, Haboku's very used to hearing Riv, of all people, ramble about topics he finds interesting, so I think he's pretty used to being a passive sponge of information.
You said Haboku or Korra?
Kotora, sorry. I'm very sleepy and I'm about to pass out.
We are doing the epilogue. Whatever the ending thing is. But yes, the night begins to progress. The train itself mentions there's one final kind of horn for the night to indicate that the lights are going to be dimmed in the cabins. The lights in the general area, though, the casino will stay open. The lunch itself is closed. Any additional food can be bought at the bar at the gambling area, as well as any drinks to partake, and the lights will always be kept on a dim red light for the whole room. As for the cabins, they'll go even darker. And everyone is considered to have a good meal.
Hooray.
Except for
I do
Ash, who
mention the
hasn't
first-
eaten.
Yeah, Ash,
Not
Ash,
even a
eat your
dumpling?
dumplings.
Eat your damn dumplings, kid.
Eat your hamburgers, Apollo.
Whew. But with that, we will continue next session with the morning, where they would technically stop at the first town, but I don't think anyone's. Obviously, I don't think you guys are getting off the first town, but the train will be stopping at the first town and then moving to the forest.
Yeah, Riv will want to check out the gambling cart thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That will be a session close.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today for Data Anomaly Hunter's Scar. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sending a treat through TreatStream, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or by commissioning one of the artists that I manage for. Their information is at zgf.art. But for now, thank you so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Later, everyone.
How about?
Goodbye.